to the bad guy. Yeah, Chico. Yeah, Chico. You're talking to the bad guy. Toothpicking your eye. I'm that guy. Hey, yo. Look, something happened to these, something happened to you, okay?
What's going on, everybody? It's SMACM World. It's your host, Shabazz, and I got a special guest here today, man. Mr. Leroy Johnson, young coach, a former Gulfport High School legend, Mississippi Gulf Coast, great, Southern Miss great, man. I'm just so glad to have you here, man. How you doing, bro?
Blessed, brother.
Yes, sir. Blessed. Yes, sir, man. You know, I just want to just give you a shout out, man. I just appreciate you coming here today. You know, man, you was one of those superstars growing up, and when you played high school and on the college, man, we all looked up to you, especially because you from the hometown, man, from the same hood, Surrey City. You know, you got to throw that out there.
No doubt.
Man, so how you been doing, man?
I've been blessed, man.
Yeah.
I've been blessed, staying busy, you know, doing what we do.
Okay.
Dealing with the sports, dealing with the music.
Gotcha.
You know.
Staying
things
busy.
Like that, yeah.
Staying busy.
Yeah.
That's most definitely, man. So I just want to, you know, everybody don't know your journey, man. So basically what I want to kind of do is just go back to your Eastwood days, man.
Okay.
Man, who was that you know, role model that y'all had growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, man? Who was that guy?
Well, I mean, me personally, man, a lot of people don't know this, but I stayed on Dub Street, if you know.
Gotcha.
You know, seriously, a lot of people didn't even know that.
Right.
But I stayed in the back of the rooming house.
Okay.
So if people know that area, they know that's that's not no super nice area.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So I had guys such as Coach Guy Wells. At first, those guys would come get me because, of course, my mom worked. She didn't really have time to take me to practice or do things like that.
Right.
So that kind of inspired me to do what I'm doing now with the kids as well, because I think that saved me. It gave me a different vision. But he was definitely a good guy for me at first. But the turn really happened when my best friend dad, which is Senator Taylor. A lot of people know Senator, and his dad Freeman. That's who, like, that was my hero.
Oh yeah.
You know, so he took me, and everything I learned about sports, everything I knew, he showed me. In all my Eastward days, you know, at first I was a baseball guy.
Okay.
So I turned them on to baseball.
Yeah.
But as far as football and basketball, they turned me on to that. I ain't want to get hit. I was want to man, I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, I heard that, man.
Yeah.
But I do remember y'all, man. I was a kid. I was just a little young pup back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember y'all playing baseball, track, basketball, and football. So you mentioned Senator Taylor, man. It was your best friend, man.
Right.
Man, what kind of battles you guys had? I know it was a team, guys, but you being best friends, what kind of battles y'all had growing up, man?
Man, it was crazy, man, because we would play from sun up to sundown. It could be a $2 bet, a $5 bet. We act like it was $3,000. I mean, we battled. Dirty, come in, his mom be like, hey, man, y'all can't come in my house like that. We had to wash out with the water hose before we come in, because we playing on dirt. But, you know, that right there, I think that helped me, you know, become, you know, to where I came in sports. Right. You know, it's just those battles day in, day out. We was on it, you know.
Yeah, it was definitely, y'all definitely elevated each other, man. And you know, I was just, like I said, I'm gonna keep referencing I was a little kid, and I'm doing that for a reason, because, you know, y'all meant so much to us growing up. You remember us, my brother, Joe, Drew, we was all just at all watching y'all grow up. And then of course Coach Freeman he did the same thing he did for y'all. He led us to, we went to a couple of city championships. We didn't win one like y'all did, but he did the same thing. And I know he was definitely a big impact for me and just everybody in the community, man. I just love those guys for that, man. I really appreciate that, man. Same thing with seeing, man. Like, it just, you know, y'all just always was helping us growing up.
Right.
That's what we were just like little brothers to y'all. I mean, y'all still call us little bro to the day.
Right.
So, you know, it definitely was a great thing having y'all.
The grind was different.
Oh yeah.
You know, to see someone be able to work all day and come home. I mean, I can appreciate it now. When I was a kid, I didn't get it, but now I'm like, man, go and work all day and come home, take us and train us and lift weights and take our running on the beach. And I'm like, God. So, that was special. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Most definitely, man. I just shout out to Coach Freeman and seeing, man.
Most definitely.
So, man, you kind of had it briefly about Eastward days, your elementary. Then now you go up to another level. You go to middle school.
Yeah.
All right. Was Coach McGee, was that your basketball coach, and Coach Floyd was your football coach then?
Coach McGee, Coach Jones. Coach Floyd.
Gotcha.
I actually got a chance to be coached by all those greats. Man. And the thing with me, what a lot of people didn't know, because of what I accomplished throughout my career, but in middle school, man, it was a struggle.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't a struggle to the sense where they didn't know who I was coming from high school, but in middle school, everybody ends up there from the different places.
Right.
So, if you close mouth, don't get fed. I remember one day I asked Coach Jones, I said, hey, could I play running back? And he was like, you want to play running back? And he gave me a look like little as you is, you want to play running back? I was like, yes, sir. He said, I tell you what, I'm going to put you in here with these big boys. And if you can run that ball, I'll let you play running back.
Yeah.
Man, I was scared to death. Cedric Scott, some of those greats.
Scott.
Yeah, those guys were on the other end, and I was like, man. And he said, I'm gonna give you the ball. He let me use their line. He gave me the ball. I think I got through that because I was so scared. I hit that hole so fast. And he said, oh, give it to me on that.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I ran and gave him 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he after that, my respect was different.
Yeah.
And that was because I was one of the kids with his helmet sitting on his knee, and I decided to say something. I'm like, man, I don't want to run the ball.
Man, yeah.
And then it took from there.
Oh yeah, man, Coach Jones. So that you can't remember, was that like 7th, 8th grade or 9th grade? Because it was different, it was set up different back then when y'all played.
Definitely.
Y'all was at the old Central Junior High. It was 7th, 8th, and 9th. I just remember going to those games because my sister was a cheerleader, and we would always go to all those games. And then,
see, the goal for us was always to play a grade up.
Yep.
That made you feel like you doing it.
Oh yeah.
So after that, I got bumped up.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm like, oh yeah, it's on.
Man, big deal. It was because I remember when I was in the 7th grade, our quarterback, he either got hurt. Alan Harper. That's who it was. He was the starting quarterback in 8th grade. He got hurt. And they called my number. We had played Gaucher. Both teams were undefeated. Okay. I was just like, yeah, man, I'm scared, but I got to make the play. I got to make plays, man. It definitely was a big deal to go make that jump. 7th grade playing with an 8th grader or 8th grade playing with an 9th grader, man. Y'all played, man. It definitely was something to look forward to, man. But yeah, so you played football. So basketball, how did that experience go for you in middle school?
Basketball was kind of the same, like I say, coming from East Ward, everybody already knew, hey man, we got to stop Seneca and Leroy to win the game. That's what they would say. Yeah. So we was on the scouting report.
Oh yeah.
The whole time. So I mean, it kind of transitioned into middle school. It was a little different,
right?
Because basketball. At middle school, they weren't asking for you to be so big and strong. Right. So,
just your athletic ability.
Yeah. That transition was a little easier than football.
Okay. So did y'all win the district championship then?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Gotcha. Yeah, most definitely.
Gotcha. Yeah. So let's go to track, because you was a 3-star athlete. If anybody didn't know, man, the guy did it at a high level. Leroy did it at a high level: football, basketball, and track, which was one of the reasons why I wanted to do all 3. You and Seneca was. I was that bar for us. Right. But how did track go in middle school?
Man, track, it was awesome. Coach Floyd.
Okay.
Was out there with us, as well as Coach Jones.
Gotcha.
So, same deal, man. We winning all the relays, winning our individual race. For me, what was weird, the 200 was my race. I would think it would be 100.
I'm thinking that too.
The 200 was my race. And I anchored all the relays.
I got you. Man, that's crazy, man. I ran the 100 and 200, so I didn't really like the 200. But Coach Jones being who Coach Jones was, it was no choice.
That's right.
It wasn't no choice. I didn't have no choice, so it was just like, okay, yes, sir.
That's right.
It was one of those things, man. All right, man. So you experienced the middle school. Now You up there with the big boys, man. You got a high school. You're a top sophomore coming in. So tell me an experience as far as that getting your feet wet in your 10th grade year with Coach Cuevas and the coaching staff there.
Okay.
In football.
Well, I mean, now as a ninth grader in basketball, I came up.
Gotcha.
And I had a chance to, dress out with varsity. Really didn't play much. Maybe here and there he let me get in. And it was just the experience at that time to even put the uniform on and dress out. It was just major for us. Yeah, and ninth grade kids. We get to see some of the greats like the Gru and all those guys.
Yeah.
And that was very cool. For me in football, it was just trying to get on the field. It didn't matter what I played, where I played to get on the field. So I started at safety. I started at safety my 10th grade year. And, I'll never forget, I was telling some guys like, man, I'm gonna run the ball. Once again, it come back. I said, I wanna run the ball. So they was trying to advise me. Some of the older guys that was leaving, no, man, Leroy, you don't wanna do that, man. They not gonna let you do this. You're not gonna be able to do that. And I said, man, listen, I promise you, I'm running the ball. And, I come back my 11th grade year, and they gave me the opportunity, and the rest was
history.
Yeah, the rest was it was over.
Okay, yeah, man. So how was track then? Like you broke that football and basketball. How was track then?
Track was great. I mean, that's where I experienced my first state championships in. Like I said, my 10th grade, 11th grade, we won state championships. So, I got the chance to be on a relay team, man. We won every relay that we ran in. Santana Dickens, Anthony Griffin, Seneca Taylor, and myself.
Some horses running.
Oh my God. Yeah. I got some of that footage too.
Oh yeah, man. You gonna have to share that, man. I love that retro stuff, man.
Definitely.
But yeah, so high school career is a stellar career, man. Man, talk about how it was to being recruited, man. I know you was heavily recruited, man. You played 3 sports. Break that down to the people.
Well, I had an opportunity to have an article labeled the Triple Threat Man. So after that, things started to really pick up. I had 2,000-yard seasons, and I had a chance to break Herbert Dotson's record. With rushing record. Yeah. And not the rushing record, but the single game. It was against Wayne County.
Gotcha.
And after that, the recruiting was just crazy. Like, I always say this, like, I seen people just as talented or maybe even more talented, but recruiting is just all about falling in the right situation. So for me, it was crazy. Like, we got offer after offer. I remember looking out my window and Auburn and Miami and Mississippi State and Ole Miss, all of them just lined up while Notre Dame sitting in there, and me and my mom talking to them, and I'm telling my mom like, hey, the other people ready to come in. The coach sit back and kick his foot up, they can wait. So it was crazy, man. It was cool. We got an opportunity after a game. We flew out of Trent Lott Airport, private airport. We had a private plane. They had all kind of big food and subs on there, and they had a couple other recruits on there. It was just amazing to experience that type of recruit and have those type of offers, man. I thought it was awesome.
Oh my God. So, like, out of high school, what was the school you was mostly? Give me your top 3. If we gonna take it back. Give me your top 3 schools that you was like, man, mama, I want to go here. But I love this school too, right here, mama. I don't know yet, mama. So talk about that.
And see the crazy thing about it, and I say this about the kids that's getting recruited and getting offered now, like in the 9th grade and things like that. Like, by the time you get to be a senior, those coaches probably not even be there. You never know. And that team might not even be no good.
Good point.
Like, when I was coming out, teams like LSU that came in to be powerhouses, they really wasn't.
They wasn't that.
No, they really wasn't that.
Right.
They were still a good school,
right.
Great facilities, but at that time they just wasn't that. At that time, Miami wasn't that.
Right.
Of course, I liked Auburn. I like the Mississippi schools for multiple reasons, but for me, I was just a guy. I didn't really want to go far, man.
Gotcha.
I never really wanted to go far away, you know. But I had a great opportunity to experience it with visits and and see things.
How many visits did you take? Do you remember?
I ended up taking 5 official visits.
5 official.
5 official visits. I took some unofficial visits as well, like go check out some basketball games, stuff like that. Yeah. But my scholarship that I was offered, I signed for both basketball and football.
People don't know that.
A lot of people don't know that. Coach Green was at Ole Miss at the time.
Yeah.
And he offered me for both. So when I played in the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star game, you know, the best from Mississippi played.
Talking stuff, man.
And when I played in that game, you know, I started point guard in the Mississippi-Alabama game.
Right.
And I was able to, you know, get called out, signee of such and such. So all that was a great feeling. And then me knowing that if I could get there, I was going to have the opportunity to play both at that level was awesome. But, you know, I had a hiccup in my situation.
Okay.
And that's why I tell the kids all the time, you know, you got to handle business.
Yeah.
You got to handle business first.
Right.
And for me, I lacked in some areas and it cost me.
Okay.
It cost me big. And I tell people all the time, I took the ACT so many times, I thought I bought it. just trying to pass and trying to get them scores, man.
Right.
And back then they had this thing called Prop 48.
Yep.
Where they can get you in and, you know, you can't really be affiliated with the team. Or they can do preparatory school. I got offered all that, man.
Right.
But
great shirt. They call it great shirt.
Yeah. I took some time off and thought about it and really just contemplated on it. And then I ended up going to JUCO.
Right.
And now JUCO to me is a great thing. But when we was coming out, it was like, oh,
JUCO was.
It was.
Yeah, just you keeping it so real, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That same experience. Perk was one of my first offers. Gulf Coast.
Right.
That's where you end up going.
Right.
And it was like, man, you going to Perk?
Yeah.
That was a stigma that you going to JUCO.
Yeah.
And you know now it ain't bad. It ain't.
No.
That's probably the best experience I had. I still keep up with those guys, man. We in group texts.
A lot of people not built for it.
Oh yeah, you gotta be
a
dog. You gotta be a dog.
That's why I say God didn't make no mistakes.
Oh yeah, right.
He know who was built for it. Like some people can't handle it.
Right.
Because when you go there, everything starts over and you got to make it out.
Oh my
and everybody there trying to make it out.
Man, what? You ain't lying.
Every rep, they fighting for every rep.
Man, you ain't lying.
Every opportunity. So
the best experience I had for us football. Because everybody challenge you, everybody good, everybody dogs, everybody. It ain't. Now that made me the best, you know, possible player I could be when I went.
Yeah,
man.
I opened my eyes, man. It opened my eyes because when I first hit the campus, all the guys like, oh my God, man, it's Leroy. Hey man, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, what's going on? So I'm really thinking I'm hot stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was a reality guy. Like. I knew what I needed to work on. I knew what my weaknesses was, and I knew what I needed to screen. But I actually seen guys that came in there with no recruiting, never knew what recruiting was, never went on no visits, never had no offers, and came out of there with some major offers. My roommate did it. Yeah. My roommate, and it was amazing to me because we both got offered to Georgia at the same time. They come in with books engraved with our name and say, we want both of y'all. Come play corner. Yeah. This guy's name was Brandon Williams. He was from Mossville.
Yeah.
He come there, didn't have no recruiting coming out of high school. And for me, that made me say, you know what? I got to turn up. I played Rover too.
Yeah.
In JUCO.
Yeah.
You know, so I played corner, Rover,
flexible,
ran the ball.
Yeah.
Did a little bit of everything.
I remember, this is why I kept saying we always looked up to you. So it was a situation where I had to go to junior college, and I talked. I was talking to you at Rod. He had a draft party.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, man, big bro, I don't know what to do, man. I don't want to go JUCO, man, because you just the stigma.
Right.
He said, you said, Shabazz, you get a chance to get re-recruited, go.
That's right.
And I did. I got offered, even though I got hurt. I got D1 offers that I never even was thinking of.
Thought you was gonna get.
Yeah, so
that's right.
So yeah, you definitely gave me some great knowledge, man. So after JUCO, man, you had a successful career. What did you go after that?
Well, after junior college, man, like I said, I re-entered the recruiting process, and at that time I was older. I was really, wiser about recruiting and understanding depth charts and all that, understand what PS1s and all that mean. So I'm like, it had to make sense to me because I need to play. I got 2 years, I need to play. So I did Auburn and Georgia and went on some visits all over again, and USM, and I choose USM. USM at the time was putting a lot of people in the league. They was proving on their defense, and I was like, this right here, this it for me. I know I can go here and try to work my way on the field. I feel better here, and I won. I was number 4 on the depth chart, worked my way up to number 1, had my first start against Alabama, knew I was on TV.
Yeah.
Like, Lord.
ESPN, I'm in here, I don't arrive.
Ain't no, you better be ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Going on, everybody? It's Coach Shabazz here, man. I just want to get on here and talk about what is dynamic warm-up. Dynamic warm-up is basically when you're increasing the blood flow to the muscles, you're maximizing your ability to be flexible, mobility, and you're just preparing yourself, preparing your body for the intense workout of the game. So if you go to sporting events, you see teams always warming up, stretching before the big game. They got to be there before a big game because they don't want to be injured. They want to have injury prevention. So that's why you do that in dynamic warm-up. You make sure everybody's doing it right, doing the correct way, because it increases mobility and it gets the blood going, gets the juices going, get the team hype, and just get you ready to go come back and go to war with your teammates. So before we do any workouts, we always do dynamic warm-up. It's very important. It's very, very important for any athlete, for any sport. So I just want to drop that nugget. I'm signing off. It's Coach Shabazz. I'll see you next time.
All right, so you at USM, you get it settled. You got a former teammate there, Rod Davis, man. He's from the same neighborhood, man. How was that experience playing with Rod?
Man, that's little bruh.
Oh, yeah.
So, me and Rod had the opportunity to do something that me and Sim was trying to do. And me and Rod played East Ward Elementary. We played Central Junior High together. And we end up playing in high school, and we end up playing in college.
That's crazy.
So I remember ESPN the magazine had did an article on him, and they mentioned about us, playing that long together. So for me, it was amazing just to be a part of him and see his growth, see how much of a leader he had became and stuff out there, and how people was looking up to him.
Man, he was a dog, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rod, man. Got to get you on the show, too. But tell me how you got the nickname Blanket, man. They used to call you Blanket up there at Hattiesburg, man.
Yes,
how you get that name?
Well, man, listen. At the end of the day, you have to play with a different type of confidence when you're playing on that level.
Oh, yeah.
So, for me, I didn't really give up a lot, but I didn't gamble a lot either.
Right.
As a corner. So, it was like, I'd rather stay here and blanket him than gamble and get beat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, in practices, them battles in practice, that's kind of where it come from.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
I got you. So, yeah, man. So, all right, you had a nice career at USM.
Mm-hmm.
How was the NFL process? How did that work? How did that go for you?
Well, I had several opportunities, man. And, I can't really blame no individual, but I had decisions I think I made that I should have made different.
Okay.
Like when you have the opportunity to go work out off campus and stuff like that, leave and go work out when you're going to the draft. I was definitely projected with the linemen. We had a great lineman class at that time.
Yeah.
And I was definitely projected with them, but I just didn't do things the right way.
Gotcha.
I didn't take it serious enough as far as working out. And I'll never forget when the guy from Jacksonville told me, he said, man, listen, man, if you run that time, we got you. So everybody was high up on me running that 4.3 consistent. And, just a lot of other things in preparation of getting there. Yeah. So, of course, I feel like if I would took another route with different representation and stuff like that, I probably would have slid in there with no problem.
Oh yeah,
you know,
most definitely.
Yeah.
So man, you had a great career, man. So NFL you didn't go, but your story, I know I'm gonna go into the segment what you're doing now.
Right.
You got an AAU program that you've been doing for well over 10 years now.
Right.
Not just AAU, just a whole sports program, football, basketball.
Yeah, it's an independent youth sports organization.
Gotcha.
My cousin William Smith, he actually started it.
Gotcha.
A lot of people don't know that because I kind of just took over as the years went on. But he started it, and he gave me a call one day and was like, "Hey man, I need you to come help me." So I didn't really have no kids playing sports and nothing like that. So I was like, "Man, I'm doing music.
Yeah.
I don't really know." And then he was like, "Man, I need you." When I hung up the phone, I thought about it. I said, "You know what? I'm gonna go check it out." And here it is, about 12 years later.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was definitely to see those kids and help give them opportunity and stuff like that. It was great because I know where I come from.
Oh yeah.
And so
you had the way you being a model to those kids, somebody did it for you, so you definitely felt like you had to give back.
Right. Right.
It ain't a job. You don't get paid for this.
Right.
You do it out of the kindness of your heart and the love for the game and just seeing kids grow, man. That's what I love about what you do.
Yeah, the Warriors changed up the way they play football around here. Like, what our main goal was to create a competitive league, and you always gonna have the city leagues, which is much respected. I respect them to the fullest. But I wanted to do something more on a level of moving around, traveling, and things of that nature, trying to put the best kids together if we could at that time, because the buck don't stop there.
Right.
The kid might not be where he want to be there, but then he might end up being the one. But I'm just speaking in terms of at that time.
Right.
So we moved around a lot, and that people weren't used to that. And a lot of people started to flock to that style of football. So they like, man, we wanna move around. We don't wanna just play the same teams no more. And then that's something we started on the coast because we was a part of a rec league, and it was just for us. It was born.
Oh yeah. I hope that tradition continues, man. Cause it's good to see y'all. Y'all based out of Gulfport, y'all go travel, play somebody based St. Louis or Pascagoula.
Yeah.
That's a good experience because they get to see another team.
Right.
And they get to travel. That make them feel good. And then the parents that are involved, man. That's a great experience for a kid, man.
They'll play a lot of these kids in middle school and high school.
Yeah, you're gonna end up playing them in high school. So those kids are the next ones up. I love to watch all levels of sports, man, because you get to see, man, I remember this kid, man. And the same thing when you was coming up. All you gotta do is stop.
That's right.
You gotta stop Leroy and Center.
Right.
So it's the same way right now with the Warriors. So man, I know you did your thing there, man, but you also did music, man. Tell me how the music scene is for your company now, man. How's that going?
Man, it's going great. I had the opportunity to be in music for a long time. Got a chance to travel around the country and see a lot of things and do a lot of things with music. And right now, I'm moving my kids around. We got a tour called the Young Stars Tour.
All right.
And it's amazing. We got a lot of big things happening and developing on that. And, for me, like a lot of guys, even if it wasn't, I'd still be doing it because this is what I love to do. So with that being said, this just makes it even more just getting fruit from your labor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's when it's not work, man, when you love something, it's not work.
Yeah.
So it's just like walking every day, man. So give me a little, who's some of your artists that you're working with right now? Can you list that?
Yeah. I'm working with my son, of course, HT Baby. Working with another artist by the name of Jit.
Okay.
Yeah, Jit DSK on Instagram. King Quan up next.
Okay.
I'm working with him as well. Y'all Baby Magic, Maya. We also got the Wicker Twins.
Okay.
So
you got a camp.
Yeah.
That's a camp.
Oh yeah.
You got a whole roster. You gonna do your thing like the Cash Money No Limit did, man.
Oh yeah. We the QC of the kids.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you, man. We wish nothing but success with that, man. I can't wait. You got any dates that you can give to the people?
Well, right now, man, we're working on a actual reality show, TV show with the kids. So that's coming into play. We actually didn't film 2 episodes as of now.
Oh, that's dope.
And you know, we're gonna have some more tour dates, and we got music coming from them. So we'll do a whole album together with them. So I mean, it's gonna be great. I think everybody gonna enjoy it.
I'm sure looking forward to it, man. Leroy, anything you want to give them so they can reach out to you? If they anybody want to reach out to you, any social media platforms you want to give them?
Definitely. My Instagram is I am Copaesthetic. That's COPESETIC. My email is 228coastlinemusic@gmail.com. Any other artists, they want to email music to try to get on the tour and be a part of what we got going on, feel free. I'm always willing to help, even if it's on some mentor and just, speaking to you and trying to coach you up on how this game really go.
Man, sure appreciate it, man. Y'all please lock them in, man. Leroy, man, I really appreciate you taking the time, man. You a busy man. And, I'm still a little brother to you.
Ain't no doubt.
But I sure appreciate you, man. Not gonna be don't be a stranger, man. Come back, follow up with us, man. We can just talk about some other things, man. Whatever you got going on, man. I really appreciate you coming, bro. And it's the SMACM World. I'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Yeah, Chico, talking to the bad guy. Yeah, Chico. Yeah, Chico, you're talking to the bad guy. Toothpicking your eye. I'm that guy. Hey, yo. Look, something happened to these, something happened to you, okay?